Hey yo, this is Dash, and I have something a little different today. So, one of my subscribers, and I've done a couple of replies to some of her videos because they're just kind of quirky and down to earth. So, why not? GotsNoLuv4Ya. Check out our channel. Alright. But, so she posted this video, I guess it was a little while ago, a day or so ago, of 150 things she wanted to do before she died, kind of like a bucket list. So what I did was I printed out the 150 things. It was 4 pages long. Jeez. Alright. And basically, I want to talk about some of the things that I've done from her list and things that I also want to do. And then, as she did, I'll add little blurbs and comments when necessary. Alright, so here we go. And I'm going to try to do this in one take. If I start messing up, that's what video editing is for. Alright, riding a helicopter. Me too. I want to ride in a helicopter. I'm actually into RC helicopters, so I know how to fly a helicopter theoretically. So if anything, and one of the things I would like to do is probably actually learn to fly a helicopter. Therefore, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Win the lottery. I'm not a big fan of self-tax, and that's what I feel the lottery is. Visit all of the states within the U.S. with loved ones, state by state, in a customized RV. I would like to also visit every state in the U.S. It doesn't necessarily have to be an RV, and it doesn't necessarily have to be 1 by 1. Learn to dance, all kinds. She says she couldn't dance at all. Look, I'm a black man. You can see that. 2-step. All you need. The faster 2-step, the slower 2-step. That's it. Get a henna tattoo, a large one. She said a full body one. I do have tattoos. I have one on my arm. I have one on a long sleeve shirt she can't see right now. But all in all, actually, leave in the comments how many tattoos you think I have. Fish on a boat on a lake. I've been fishing. I actually like fishing, and my father-in-law and I go on an annual fishing trip. Last year I took a video of the haul when I got back. Experience life with only the basics like the Amish. Sorry. Live on a farm for a week. Again, nope. Have a professional photo shoot with makeup and costumes. Must be a girl thing. Get a Brazilian wax. Hell to the no. Go on a vision quest. I don't even know what that is. Learn sign language. Oddly enough, because of the fact that I have this paper in my hand and the camera in the other, I can sign my name, but then if I sign my name, that would be giving it away. My mother actually knows sign language to the point where she just took a class, at school or whatever in college. My mom is one of these people that always like to go to school, to always do continuing education. And one of the things she did was she took a sign language class. And how she used to practice was, as she was driving, she would sign the license plate, the letters of the license plates in front of her. Wear braces. Braces sucked. I have straight teeth, but they sucked. That was a 1.5 or 2 years of my life that there was pain, lots of it, and it was unjust, in my opinion. Make a friend in as many countries as possible. I'm a pretty outgoing guy, and because of the fact that I am on YouTube and I'm on Twitter and I have my own websites and other things like that, and the tweet DYHIW account, I have actually made friends in other countries. It is pretty cool to be able to go on a social networking site and be able to speak to anyone almost at any time of the world. Visit India. How about visit the capital of India? Because India technically is a third world country. Nothing against anybody from India that's watching. Become a runner. You might not tell, because I've gotten fat, but I used to actually be on the track team in my high school. I threw shot. I was the best shot putter in my school, though I didn't have much competition. When I went to the pubs, I usually, if there were 30 competitors, I usually would finish like middle of the pack. I was not the best because I was only throwing a shot. I only threw the shot for 1 year. So where a lot of the other guys that were better than I was, they had technique because of years of training and practice and other things like that. where I had strength, and my strength came from working out, just being in the weight room, just hitting, lifting weights all the time. Oddly enough, the shot putting, something about me you probably don't know, I've actually had to have surgery on my shoulder. I've had arthroscopic surgery on my shoulder. I had torn ligaments. It was not like a rotator cuff, which is not the worst thing. The worst thing would be a torn rotator cuff. I just had torn ligaments, and it was good. I got it repaired probably about close to 10 years ago now. Let's see, where was I? That was become a runner. Like I said, I did run track, so I had to run. And oddly enough, if you told me to go run a mile right now, I could do it. I'm fit, but I'm fat, if that makes sense. Visit a cathedral. I've been to many cathedrals, being the fact that I grew up in Philadelphia. There are a lot of cathedrals there. There's I think the cathedral, basilica, maybe? I don't know if that's in Philly or I'm just thinking of something else. Nonetheless, I've been in cathedrals. If you've never been inside of a cathedral, it is like art. Like art. It is art. The arches and the paintings and the just go to a cathedral. I can now understand, as I'm thinking about it, why she would want to go to a cathedral. Visit Mecca. I definitely would like to visit Mecca. I have expressed interest in Islam in a lot of my videos. I have not made my shahada yet. It is definitely on my to-do list, so I guess I could add that to mine. Would be to make my shahada and actually eventually become Muslim and practice Islam. Visit the largest mall in the U.S. I think that's the Mall of Americas, and my pockets aren't long. I'm not making very much YouTube money, so yeah. Visit an aquarium. This struck me odd, and when I heard this one, I was like, oh my gosh, am I privileged or okay? Again, being the fact that I lived in Philadelphia and now I live in Baltimore, I've been in aquariums I've been into the Camden Aquarium, I've been to the aquarium, I don't know if there's an aquarium in DC, but I've been to the Baltimore Aquarium. Honestly, after 2 trips inside of an aquarium, it's just fish, and it's typically like a maze you walk through, like the maze that you walk through in Ikea. That's how you see everything. You just kind of walk down one hall, up another hall, go up some stairs, walk down one hall, up another hall, up some stairs, and then get all the way to the top and start all the way from the bottom and do it again or go home. Touch a dolphin. Been there, done that. It was, it's an experience. Ride a motorcycle alone. I do actually have my motorcycle license. How about, well, yeah, I have my motorcycle license. I was going to tell a quick story about how I've been down. There's only 2 types of riders in the world. Those that have been down and those that haven't been down yet. Drive my dream car alone. She said her dream car was a Lamborghini. As a car guy, I'm going to need a little bit more specifics. What type of Lamborghini is it that you want to drive? My dream car, oddly enough, it changes. Because of the fact that I'm such a car guy, my mission is to drive like every single car out there possible. When people do different things, I'm typically like, hey, can I drive your car? Hey, can I drive your car? Because I like driving other vehicles, not only to test drive things, but to see what type of things I like. If you didn't know, I actually drive a 2005.5 Volkswagen Jetta TDI. Look it up. Live in a home with a bear claw tub. Checked that one off. I actually have a bear claw tub. If you don't know what a bear claw tub is, look it up. I do have one in my basement, but the bathroom in my basement is like decrepit, and no one really goes down there because I live in an older house, and my base is kind of scary. Alright, grow my own food. Check that one off. My wife and I grew vegetables. We had a pretty big garden. A few years ago, we kind of scaled our garden back because of the fact that we had kids and they were younger. And we had to pay more attention to the kids than we did the garden. This year, my kids are a little older, and I would imagine that we're probably going to start or make a bigger plot to have a bigger garden. Visit or find the body of my youth. Yeah, I could lose some weight too. She said Havasu Falls. I always thought it was Havasu Falls, but sure. ride in a hot air balloon. This is one of those things that I think I've done it, but I'm not quite sure if I remember. In Philadelphia at the zoo, they have a hot air balloon that's tethered to the ground, and I think I would do that as opposed to like just free falling in a hot air balloon, for obvious reasons. Skydive. I do want to try this. Oddly enough, I don't want to get into a hot air balloon. Well, the reason is because the wind takes you wherever, and you have really very little control over it. But I want to skydive. Yes, I want to jump out of a perfectly good plane. Chop a tree. I've chopped trees. I've got my Paul Bunyan Boy Scout badge. You know, oddly enough, not that that's a real thing, but I do own a home, and I own a chainsaw, and when trees fall around my property and things like that, I have had to go out and play Paul Bunyan. Try on outfits of different traditional cultures and do a photo shoot with each of these. Put a message in the bottle and find out who responds and from where. Now, that would be kind of cool. Collect one small item from all parts of the globe. So, oddly enough, if I've never made mention of this before, I have a beer bottle collection. My beer bottle collection is probably close to between 130 and 150 bottles. Whenever I have traveled anywhere in the United States, whenever I have traveled anywhere outside of the United States, I typically bring bottles home. And or I just try beers from around the world. So, can that count? Sleep in a tent under the stars. Really? I'm not for camping outside. It's just not my thing. Look through a telescope to a far-off place. I don't have 20/20 vision, but yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool too. Visit a haunted site. Now, she said she wanted to visit a haunted site that she did not know was haunted so that she could be genuinely scared and take a genuine or have a genuine reaction when and or if something happened. You got that. Scuba dive. Closest I've come to scuba diving has been snorkeling. I've snorkeled a bunch of times in a bunch of different, Caribbean and Pacific locations, so close enough. Paintball. I've done paintball. Oddly enough, if you've seen some of my vlogs where I'm in a car maybe, and I have one that like it looks like a camouflage, but it's not camouflage, it's like a real woods type thing. I bought that jacket to go paintballing in because of the fact that it was like camouflage, and it's probably one of the warmest jackets I have, so I still wear it to this day. And I probably bought it 5 years ago, if not more. Where am I? Train for and run a marathon. Unless there's a gun or something behind, somebody chasing me, I'm cool with running 26.2 miles. Help build a house. I've built a fort for my kids. Does that count? Skinny dip. I'm too fat for that. Sing in a karaoke bar. I'm not drunk enough for that. Make a viral video. Now that I could do as a YouTuber, I definitely would like to do that. Reach 1 million views. Eventually, the law of numbers will state that I will get to 100 million views. Right now, I'm actually close to 400,000 at the time of taping this, which is April 1st, 2013. No, this is not an April Fool's joke. Exceed 1,000 subscribers. Yes, right now, I think I looked this morning, I was at 383 subscribers. Whenever I mention the number of subscribers I have, I always lose 3 to 5 though. Live as a blind person for a week. Sorry. Live as a deaf person for a week. Again, sorry. Be silent for a week. If you're married, it'll happen. Talk about all 3 experiences. Okay. Watch a full-out autopsy in person. Okay. I'd try it just to say I've done it. Design my own clothes. So I have on a t-shirt that I made. Does that count? Walk through a cemetery. So yes, I have not really walked through it. I've walked through cemeteries. But, so there's a quick story. As a kid, I used to ride my bicycle all over Philadelphia. And I won't say all over Philadelphia. I used to ride all over the neighborhood I'm from, which is Mount Airy. Between Mount Airy, Germantown, Chestnut Hill, East Oak Lane, West Oak Lane, I used to ride my bike all over. One day, my friends and I got stuck. Yes, stuck in a cemetery. And I'm going to leave it at that. Give random free hugs. I'm a hugger. Experience being weightless. If you've ever ridden in a car with me, done. Break a world record. Another thing I do actually want to do. I thought the only world record I probably will be able to do is drive continuously around the DC Beltway and not the Baltimore Beltway, because the Baltimore Beltway has tolls and I figured that would be pointless to do that. But see if I could drive around the DC Beltway the most number of times. So I have thought about it, oddly enough, on how to break a world record. Go to a costume party. Done. Take a mud bath. I'm not that fond of getting dirty, like, on purpose. I don't know. Float in the Dead Sea. I have not done that, but my brother actually has. He went to Israel, and yeah, he's been in the Dead Sea. Learn to play one instrument well. Oddly enough, when I was younger, I went to a music school. This music school, it wasn't mandated that we learn to play an instrument, but it was encouraged. So aside from the fact that I sang on choirs, yes, I can actually kind of sing, if probably inebriated enough. But, so I have actually in my lifetime played the violin, the drums, the trombone, and I know I'm probably forgetting one. But I didn't play, and I didn't stick with any of them long enough to get good, and no, I can't read sheet music. My wife, oddly enough, can, and she is an accomplished, I won't say an accomplished violinist, but she played the violin for a very long time. Where am I? Participate in a dream study. I don't have many dreams, so yeah. Find true love. That's always awesome. Find my life partner. That, can have a little bit of a segue from the last one, or I guess finding true love would have a segue into finding a life partner. Hug a redwood tree. I have been, if you've never been to California, go. And if you ever get to go to California, go to Yosemite. I went to Yosemite on a business trip. I was going to Fresno, and Yosemite is like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Fresno. We made the drive up. It was awesome. I was kind of kicking and screaming, even though I was the one doing the driving, kicking and screaming the whole ride up there. But when we got there, it was so worth the fact that I drove and we went there. Seeing redwoods is amazing. Amazing. Seeing Half Dome, seeing Glacier Rock or Glacier Point, and lots of the other things in Yosemite is amazing. Yosemite is actually the place where the dude that did the double rainbow video, he lives on Yosemite, so it's amazing. Get a reading from an authentic psychic who won't ask me questions but will know all the answers I seek. As much as I think I might want to do something like this, yeah, I don't think that's for me. Compliment every person I meet in a day. And I do actually give out free compliments because it's free, and oddly enough, you never know how or how that person's day is going. So if I say something positive to them and can be a positive, say something positive, yeah, it works for me. Be able to do a complete split. Again, when I was running track, I could do a split. I can't do it now, but I could. Meet my favorite YouTubers. So a couple of my favorite YouTubers I have actually met, and I guess by default, I've met them because of the fact, or I guess by the reason, how do I want to say this? I guess because of the fact that I have met them, they've more become my favorite YouTubers. Be a raw vegan for 30 days straight. I'm cool. Do a 30-day juice fast. Now, I could do juice. I don't know about all juice. Learn how to properly meditate. Sure. Learn all the names of the human muscles. I'm good. Learn everything about human anatomy and physiology. When I was listening to her read that, I was actually kind of worried that I was going to say physiology wrong. Design my own app. Though I probably could design my own app. For what, I don't know. Find out who's on my family tree. Now that I would actually do. Genealogy is cool. Sync dreams and control them with someone. Again, I'm not a big dreamer. I do not have many dreams. So find a missing person. Does, like, my child being missing at like a Chuck E. Cheese or an amusement park or someplace like that count? Be loved, yes. Feel loved, yes. Speak telepathically with a stranger. That would be kind of cool. Like, turn left, and they would miss like danger. Cool. Have a surprise party. Nope, never had a surprise party. Find the meaning of life. Yeah, that'd be kind of awesome. Find out what my purpose is. Now this one I can get down with because I really do not know what I want to be when I grow up. Eat at the best restaurant in the world. How about the best restaurants? I'm a foodie and one just wouldn't be enough. Stay in an igloo for a night. Now I would like to do this, to stay in like the ice hotel. That'd be kind of cool. If you're starting to sag, this camera, though it's very small, is getting rather heavy. Mud wrestle. Get a full body scalp to toes massage for more than an hour. Since my body's bigger than most of the viewers that are watching, it probably would take more than an hour. Gosh, I'm getting hot reading this thing. Sweating, using all of my brain is going. Stand in a crop circle of my choice. Okay. Visit an African safari. Alright. Now this one's kind of weird though, because we have amusement parks here in the States, and some amusement parks, or I know of amusement parks that have African safaris that you can drive through. I would never drive my vehicle through one of those things because I don't want my stuff getting broken up and, you know, like monkeys jumping on my stuff, denting my crap. No, I'm cool. But I would actually like to go. I want to go to Africa. That's definitely on my to-do list to go to Africa and visit the four corners of Africa, north, south, east, and west. Definitely. Learn to play chess. I win. I know how to play chess, though I'm not very good. Visit a plantation. Insert record scratch here. Yeah, self-explanatory why I don't want to do that one. Chase a storm. Done that. Take a train across the country. Though I think taking a train across the country would be cool, one of my things on my bucket list is to ride a motorcycle across country. I've been saying it for years that I want to ride across country. Visit a castle. Does White Castle count? Walk the Great Wall of China. Okay. Stand on one end of a rainbow. I've done that. Theoretically. You know how you can make a rainbow like with a hose and or like a sprinkler and the right wind conditions? Does that count? Be a foster parent. I have actually talked about this with my spouse, and eventually we might start doing that. I'll learn some form of martial art. If I had to learn a form of martial art, it would be Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm a big MMA fan. Have a portrait of my family painted. That'd be cool. I'd have to wait till my kids get a little older so they would stay still. Go for a polar bear plunge. I used to go to this summer camp when I was a kid, and there were probably 10 or 15 kids in a bunk. Actually, between a double cabin. It was in the middle of the woods. Yeah. But the whole thing was we would take showers at a designated time during the day. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was kind of a little bit like jail. But the whole thing is we would go out, do specific activities, and like if we would all take, not showers together, but take showers in a timely fashion. Like if we were getting ready to go out for like a dinner or a dance or something like that. Like one of those like inter-camp or inter-girls and guys activities. So all of that to say, if you were one of the last people to be able to get to take a shower, and we would rotate when or who would go first to get the hot water, because eventually the hot water will run out. So does having to take a cold shower count as a polar bear plunge? I don't know. Learn about world traditions and customs. Definitely. See a Cirque du Soleil show. Hike the Appalachian Trail. The summer camp that I went to was actually Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and they had trails, so does that count? Help someone fulfill a dream. Yeah, that'd be cool. Fly a kite. You've never flown a kite? Really? Walk on the Grand Canyon Skywalk. Now this would be pretty cool, though. Yeah, that just sounds scary to me. Walk across the longest bridge. They invented wheels and motors, and engines, propulsion for a reason. Walk across the highest bridge. See my last answer. Start my own business. Now, I've actually tried to start my own business, and part of the problem with me and starting my business is I have, one of the things I used to say was, I've grown accustomed to eating and eating regularly, and I never wanted to be one of those people that was like a starving artist or something like that. So I never gave up my day job or my full-time job whenever I was trying to do some sort of business on the side. Sit around a campfire with a group of strangers and see what we all have in common. The thing you'd have in common is that you'd be sitting in front of a fire. Excuse me. But yes, I've done that too. Read every book I have in my arsenal. I am more of a video person, in case this... Yeah. Pay a stranger's bill. Now, I have actually done this. You ever be someplace and somebody's just like in front of you and they're taking a really long time to dig out whatever monies they need, and it's just like, you know what, here, tack whatever that is, or add my stuff to theirs and I'll pay for the whole thing. Yes, I have done that. Ride on a zip line. Back to that summer camp, I've done the zip line thing. Go to Niagara Falls. I do want to go to Niagara Falls, but I want to go to Niagara Falls from the Canadian side. Oh, Canada, please let me back into the States when you're done with me. Master one tough yoga pose. Run away. Yeah. Alright. Have someone listen to my advice have someone listen to my advice that they ask for a change. Whoever actually listens to advice when it's given? You always take advice with a grain of salt. Read to children while wearing a costume. That's kind of creepy. See an eclipse of any kind. How have you never seen like a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse? I mean, I don't know. Be a part of a cause for awareness. Definitely. That's just, humanitarianism. Put my name on something that will positively affect others. She made mention of a story about how she could be a donor at the school she was an alumnus for, and that people would see her name. So not growing up, but my first job was at a sporting goods store. My name is on a plaque. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been there in years. But my name was on a plaque there as Employee of the Month one time. Does that count? Let's see. Build my own treehouse. So again, I built a sky fort for my kids in my backyard. It took me 4 days to build the thing with help from other people. Create my own blog site. Done. Invent something new. Does a hashtag count? Take archery lessons. Gosh, the summer camp was such a great life experience. I actually was really good in archery to the point where I was the best archer in each group of kids, like by ages, lived in, or we stayed in what were called villages, and they're typically like three groups of bunks per village. And in my village, I was the best archer. I had the highest score of all of the archery from my Volunteer abroad. That's a good one. Have many pen pals. So having had pen pals in the past, I can tell you that having many of them is not necessarily a good thing. Bathe in the world's finest chocolate. Fat kid, I'm trying to eat that chocolate. Change my name legally. I've done this, kind of. So Climb a mountain. I'm cool. Be genuinely listened to and heard. Get a complete makeover. Alright. Feed the homeless. I've done that. Fall asleep in an open field of lavender in a hammock. Can it just be like a hammock on the beach? I've done that. Do a cartwheel. I was never a gymnast. Be enlightened. Enlightenment, I believe, comes with knowledge, wisdom, and education. Read a stranger's mind. That would be cool. Learn to be a remote viewer. I don't quite know or understand what that means, but in my line of work, I work with computers. I remote into other people's machines all the time, and sometimes it's not always as fun as it's cracked up to be. Live in my dream home. That's pretty awesome. See my children get married. Definitely. I want to definitely be there for my children when they get married. Watch the birth of my first grandchild. That would be cool. Though at least my children were all born via C-section, so there was only room for one person in the OR. Learn telekinesis. Yes, I would like to do that too. Leave my footprints across the sands in the deserts of Egypt. Oddly enough, here's another one. My mom has been to Egypt. I haven't been. Sunbathe. Skin cancer. Go canoeing. Done that. Go rock climbing. I thought that was the same as like mountain climbing, but maybe not. And go zorbing. If you don't know what zorbing is, and I didn't before I looked it up after seeing that one on the list, I was like, what the hell is zorbing? Once you see what it is, it's pretty cool. So, now, if you sat through all of this and watched it, I actually challenge you to check out the list. Tell me the things that you've either done, want to do, and then add your own. Yeah, I think she just started a tag. Alright, peace.